next topic with probability is called compound events. And we're going to talk about compound events being independent and being dependent. So, compound events are independent if the occurrence of one event does not affect the probability of the other. So, we'll talk about rolling dice, and we'll talk about drawing marbles, and we'll talk about how they can be independent. So independent means if you do an event once and then you're going to do something else, that first event does not affect in any way what happens to the second event. So let's look at some examples here. It says an experiment consists of rolling a number cube twice. So that's taking one die, rolling it, and then rolling it again. When you roll it again, it doesn't know that you rolled a 1 or a 2 or a 3 the first time. It just rolls whatever it wants to roll the second time. So whatever happens that first time has no effect on what's the second roll. So it says, what is the probability of rolling a 3 the first time and a 2 the second time? Now up here, there's a little formula for you, and it says if you have two independent events, you can actually take their probabilities separate, and you can multiply them together. So this would be the probability of rolling a 3, and then the probability of rolling a 2. And you want them both to happen, but because they're independent, you can just take their probabilities separately, find them, and multiply them together. So the probability of rolling a 3 is 1/6. The probability of rolling a 2 is 1/6. 1/6 times 1/6 is 1/36. And that's it. The next example over here says an experiment consists of randomly selecting a marble from a bag, putting it back, replacing it, and then selecting another marble. So whatever you get the first time when you reach in and draw, you put it back. So the bag is completely restored. And then you draw another one. So it says the bag contains 2 reds, 1 white, 7 yellows. So it looks like the bag contains 10 total marbles. What is the probability of getting a white? So I'm going to say probability of white. And then you put that back. And then what's the probability of yellow? So because they're independent, because you put that one back and it was a full restored bag, back to 10, like nothing had happened, you can just take their probabilities and multiply them together. So probability of white would be 1/10. Probability of yellow would be 7/10. And with fractions, you multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms, so our total would be 7/100.